got your tech tips, we've got your quick tips, we've got your nip slips.
You can't stop it!
It appears that AMD's upcoming powerhouse gaming processor, the Ryzen 7 5800X3D, will not support overclocking at launch, or possibly ever. The news first appeared in a post on Bilibili before being amplified by other outlets. But now Tech Power Up has heard from some motherboard makers who say that AMD told them to disable overclocking support for the chip, but they wouldn't say why.
I'm not telling.
Maybe the Ryzen 7 5800X3D is a little shy. After all, it's got a lot of pressure on it after being touted as more powerful than Intel's current gaming flagship, the Core i9-12900K. It's possible that the reason could have something to do with the vertically stacked V-cache memory, which will be making its debut in this new chip. See, up till now, virtually every Ryzen processor has supported overclocking and hasn't had V-cache. So, I'm not saying it's aliens.
Putting the pieces together.
But it could be aliens. Now, it's possible that AMD is just working out the bugs and will let the 5800X3D really spread its three-dimensional wings when it launches in the spring. You know, you don't belong in a cage, 5800X3D. You deserve to fly. Fly, little bird. The virtual gap between Russia and the West continues to widen, with YouTube announcing this morning that it is expanding its European bloc on Russian state-funded media channels to include the entire world. And sure enough, certain channels like RT are already unavailable. Meanwhile, Facebook has made the unusual decision to allow violent speech, including death threats, as long as they're targeting Russian military or military leaders currently invading Ukraine.
Yeah.
In response, Russia has opened a criminal case against Meta and banned Instagram, leaving WhatsApp as the only major Meta-owned platform still available in Russia. Unfortunately, whatever psychological benefits Russian citizens may enjoy from having Facebook and Instagram removed are being offset by crushing economic sanctions. So this is really a nobody wins scenario. It's not all about removals though. Google has announced that they've built an air raid alert system directly into Android. Citizens of Ukraine can already use a government app to get alerts, but Google's solution makes the government system available to all Android phones in Ukraine, even if they don't have the app. As Jasonis Maximus wrote in an Ars Technica comment, "May this be the one Google effort that we are all happy to see an early end of life for." Indeed. And Valve's Steam Deck just keeps getting better. The company just released official Windows drivers for the Linux-based handheld, meaning you should have a better time trying out non-validated titles like Halo Infinite.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not very infinite if it doesn't run on the Steam Deck, is it?
That's what I said.
It's finite. Halo finite. Another interesting deck development is an update that Valve pushed for Elden Ring, which still suffers from middling performance on PC, but not on Steam Deck. Valve's update ensures that the game's shader caches work properly, which technically should have been From Software's job, but it seems like they may be taking a page from the game's co-creator, George R.R. Martin, and just putting their feet up just for a second, Just
need a little nap.
Meanwhile, it looks like Google may take a page out of Valve's book, with Redditors spotting a planned talk by the company about running unmodified Windows games on Stadia using what sounds like a Steam Proton-like, well, okay, you can't really call it an emulator because it's Wine-based, and Wine is not an emulator. So anyway, it's happening.
Layer.
Your dream is coming true, other Linus. Oh, an unexpected Riley appears from this side.
Now it's time for Quick Bits, brought to you by Oracle's Pi Day event on March 14th, the premier global developer event focusing on innovative, fun, and highly technical content. I mean, it's developers talking to developers, so they'll actually understand what you're saying, unlike your mom, who still doesn't quite get what you do. With tech demos, deep dive talks, labs, giveaways, and fun dev activities, Oracle will show you what you can build using Oracle Cloud Infrastructure and how they support the open source community. Learn more and register for Pi Day today at the link below.
Blork Quarks, how do they work?
Blork Quarks? What is that?
NVIDIA and Samsung both suffered pretty heinous hacks by the same group recently, and now Ubisoft says that they too experienced a cybersecurity incident. The hacking group hasn't claimed responsibility for the attack, which caused Ubisoft to issue a mandatory password reset for all accounts. And frankly, I'm not sure what would be more concerning, the existence of a single unstoppable super hacking group, or a world in which none of these companies actually had ample cybersecurity to start with. Get Riley in there, Ubisoft. He's gonna set you up with his QuickBits antivirus solution.
Real good.
Speaking of hacking, Intel and security research group ViewSec have revealed yet another speculative execution attack, the unimaginatively codenamed Spectre V2, which impacts all recent Intel processors and, interestingly, specific ARM processors, but not AMD chips. While news of another flaw is certainly not welcome, at least Intel is disclosing this one up front instead of denying that it exists until the last minute. Do we have Pat Gelsinger just thank for that? Because I love that guy.
He's very wholesome.
Love you, Pat.
Always smiling.
After being blocked in Russia, Twitter has launched a .onion version of its website compatible with the Tor browser, which allows users to access sites on the quote-unquote dark web. No word yet on whether the new site is more stinky, but all the cyber curtain news definitely makes me want to cry.
Yes.
Oh,
yes,
that's good writing.
Oh, thanks.
And developer Gustav Mons has managed to install Windows 11 on Microsoft's Surface Duo dual-screen Android phone, making it, frankly, a lot more interesting. I mean, sure, almost nothing works, but maybe we can get Valve on the case.
Yeah.
I feel like Lord Gaben is rising once more.
He's like the Batman.
And finally, one of Google's Android tablet chiefs, Rich Miner, said on the company's own Android show that tablets may just overtake laptops in sales in the near future. Of course, he would say that, given that Android has just released a tablet-optimized version of the OS for like the first time. And, you know, hey, it'd be pretty cool if people bought a lot of Android tablets soon. Please don't keep buying the iPad. I know it's so much better, but please stop. Wait. Oh, it's not an iPad. Oh crap, it's sort of an Android tablet. Come back on Monday for more tech news, because trust me, there's a lot more tips where these came from. I got some in here.
No.
I'll get